out of the condition that we're in? Any of you know?
Follow the law, statutes, and commandments of God.
You say follow the law, statutes, and commandments. What you say?
Follow the 10 commandments, period.
You say just the 10 commandments.
All of God's commandments.
Okay, all of God's commandments. How about you? How do we get out of the condition that we are in today? You say to love thy neighbor like we should love ourselves is the main point. Okay, you know what that means? Give me that in Leviticus. You know what it means to love thy neighbor? Any of you? When it's saying neighbor, who is pertaining to? Do you know? Is it pertaining to everybody? As your neighbor? All race of people? Everybody? You say yes? And what about you? What you say?
All people, because we're a village.
You say all people. How about you? You say no?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. We're going to read it. We're going to read it and see. All right. Let's get that. Y'all listen closely, okay?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
You hear that? Y'all shall not avenge or bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Okay. Who is your people?
Bring it out.
All right, we're going to read it from the top. Listen to this.
Leviticus 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Okay, now we're going to get a more clear understanding. Who would your brother be? All race of people? Or just the men of your race? Well, yes. Which one? Which one? Huh? Well, we're going. You believe in the Bible? All right. So you don't know who your brother would be, basically. Well, who would your brother be?
All races, including families. I don't care what differences.
Okay. You say all races. Who would your brother be? Okay. The people on this sign right here, the 12 tribes of Israel. We're going to read and go further into that. Read from the top again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You shall correct your neighbor, right? Your neighbor is your brother, because this is what it's talking about. You shall correct your neighbor. That's what rebuke means. Read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And not do what?
And not suffer sin upon him.
You can't suffer sin upon your brothers. Read.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
So your neighbor and your brother will be who? Read it again.
Thy people.
The children of who?
Thy people.
The children of your people is your neighbors and your brothers. Y'all understand that? All right? Because you got nations of people, right? You got different nations of people, sovereign nations, right? You ever hear, if you ask the so-called white man, his people, he'll know his people. He's not going to say you're his people. Will the Arab man say you're his people? No. How about you? You. Will the Chinese man say you're his people?
Bring it out.
No, right. Why do the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans say everybody's our people? Why? Can you answer that question? Why are we the only people that say every race of people are our people, but say it again? I don't hear you. Speak it out. Do we have a foothold? We don't have a foothold, no. But we are present in every culture. You know why? Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Bring it out.
Let me show you why that we're in every nation of people, why we're scattered. You see this? What do you know about this? That's the slave trade. The slave trade. So every nation that we're in, or what are we? Are we the consumer? Are we the head of these nations? Or are we the tail? The tail. Right? We are the consumer. What else? We are the worker. Right? We are the worker. Who's building the whole infrastructure of the American empire? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, let me read that. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64. and the Lord shall scatter thee.
You see that? You talked about the slave trade, right? This is how we were scattered right here through the four corners of the earth. Read.
Among all people.
All people is all the nations of people. All right, the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man, so-called Arab man, and the list goes on. Read.
From the one end of the earth.
You hear that? From the one end of the earth, because the earth has how many corners? Four. North, south, east, west. All four corners. Read.
From one end of the earth, even unto the other.
From one end of the earth, even unto the other. Read.
And there.
Now, once we got to all these nations that you say we got a so-called foothold in, what happened to us when we got there? What happened to the so-called Native Americans? What happened to the so-called Mexicans? What happened? Killed and slaughtered. You see this? The northern kingdom, which is the native, the 10 tribes that were here earlier in the 1400s. All right? Who came over here slaughtering them? The Spanish. The Spaniard, right? Not only that, Christopher Columbus, Andrew Jackson slaughtered the natives, Ponce de Leon, and the list goes on. In the 1600s. All right? In the 1600s. That's what happened to our people. Now, once we got there, read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Other gods.
What about the movie Black Panther? Is that true or a lie?
The movie what?
Black Panther.
It is a movie. It is a movie, but it's a documentation of something that happened. All right? Now, listen to this. There, once we got to the land, all right, to the land of the four corners, what happened?
Thou shalt serve other gods.
Other gods. What race of people serve every other god but the God of their own race?
Teach.
Do you know a white man that's serving a black god? What about you? A white man no. What about you? What about you? It's not. It's not. A white man got a picture of a black man on his wall calling him a damn god.
I was with my sister-in-law yesterday. She defended the Jews because I used a derogatory word. She jumped on my throat when she's black.
You know who the Jews are?
Don't know.
What you say? The Israelites. Who are the Israelites?
Black people?
Which are us. Those are your brothers and those are your neighbors. All right? Those are your brothers and those are your neighbors.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.